Hey everyone, I'm Sue and welcome to another episode of Does This Notion Really Work? And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Olfa Circle Rotary Cutter. This very unique rotary cutter is created by Olfa, a leader in the craft cutting solutions. It was designed in 2012 and it does some pretty cool things. It's advertised to cut cloth, leather, paper, vinyl, wallpaper, and more. What's cool is it's designed for the left hand or the right hand. On the packaging, it does mention to use an Olfa self-healing cutting mat. So let's go ahead and give this little gizmo a try. I can't wait.
So let's go ahead and take a look at the parts. There's three that I really need to point out. The first is the blade. It's an 18mm Olfa rotary blade. This blade might be small, but it sure is sharp, so therefore there is a blade guard protecting it. So what you're going to do in order to expose the blade is press on the two side black guards, pull it down, and there's your blade. In order to cover your blade, again, you're just going to press on the same two black guards and slip it up. The next is the pivot spike. This is what holds the materials for stability. This little cap just protects it from, poking yourself, so always keep that on if you're not using it. When you are using it, remove the cap and put it on the little built-in holder on the side. Let's go ahead and talk about the adjustment knob. That's actually what's going to lengthen and shorten the distance between the pivot spike and the blade. The adjustment knob will change the size of the circle. Notice that there is centimeter and inch marks. The Olfa Circle Rotary Cutter will cut circles from 1.5 inches to 8 3/4 inches. Once you find the measurement that you like, just tighten that screw down. The third part I want to point out is the ratchet handle. Here, listen. It sounds just like a ratchet tool. So aside from sounding really neat, what else does it do then? Well, it's actually designed to make circles in one fluid motion, which reduces wrist fatigue.
Okay, now we know what all the parts are. Let's go ahead and try it out.
So let's go ahead and make a circle. Let's adjust the knob to 2 inches, which will be a total of a 4-inch circle. So what that means is from the pivot spike to the blade, that will be 2 inches. And use your rotary cutter mat as a measurement guide. Okay, let's go ahead and remove that safety cap, put it on the side, and let's cut some circles. I've prepared my material with Best Press. Now go ahead and place the pivot spike in the center of where you want your circle. I kind of trace my finger around the area to get an idea. And I like to put the ratchet at about 4 o'clock, and that seems to work really good for me. If you feel that your material is going to shift, just press your fingers, keeping them away from the blade, of course, and that'll hold the material in place and kind of secure it. Okay, so you've just created your very first circle. Oh my, you're too kind. Thank you. Seriously, it took me a couple times to feel confident, but I found putting the pressure on the pivot point was the trick. And as a friendly reminder, make sure you close the blade guard before you set it down. Okay, so for applique, you're going to fuse the paperback fusible web on the wrong side of the material and go ahead and cut your circles. I also found that having that paper on the wrong side gave the material a little extra body and in turn kind of gave me a little extra confidence. And there you go, you've got another great circle, and just remove the paper and that will reveal the fusible web. And I really found with a smaller circle that placing a couple pieces of tape, holding it to your cutting mat, it really just gave me more confidence. I didn't have to worry about having my fingers in the way or, it shifting or anything. It was really great. And with the small circles, you're basically only using that ratchet. Just go to the left a little, to the right, left, right, and you just kind of ratchet around the entire circle. And it's super easy. Just give a little tug there if it's holding onto the paper. And a fun fact, go ahead and hold on to that empty circle. We're going to use it later. Okay, so for big circles, you can extend the pivot spike all the way to the end using that adjustment screw, and fold your materials in quarters and kind of press a point in the center, and then open up your material again, and now you know exactly the center of that material. And then of course you just kind of do a gauge and adjust it, and that's kind of where the fun is. Oh, and don't forget to open your blade. And bigger circles are super easy. In fact, when you're beginning, you might want to start with a big circle. Hey, look, we've got a circle solar system. Say that fast 5 times. I found with teeny tiny circles, meaning that you're going to go as small as you can, which is 1.5 inches, that you take your one piece of material, fold it into quarters, use some tape to secure it to the cutting mat, and then remember that leftover piece I said to save? Well, grab it. You're going to use that as a template. Mark the center, do it again, and adjust your blade so that you are going to ratchet around that circle. And remember, with teeny tiny circles, you're not even moving it, you're just ratcheting it. You can hear the noise it makes. And once you're finished, cut as many as you'd like. Clip any threads you have to. And there you go. Just like that, out of one piece of material, we were able to get 8 teeny tiny little circles.
So this blade is super duper sharp and it's really durable, but blades do dull over time. So how about I show you how to change the blade when you're ready?
All right, first things first, go ahead and move that pivot spike away from the blade and go ahead and tighten that screw up. And the next thing is you're going to hold the blade post. That's the pretty little brass knob. Just hold it with your fingertips and then slide the blade lock towards yourself. Remove the blade post and go ahead and remove the old blade and just replace with another Olfa 18mm blade. And then reinsert the blade post and push the little black knob on the back side up, which will lock it into place. Oh, it's a little tricky. I had to use my thumb for that.
I think it's worth mentioning that on the back of the package, it does say guaranteed forever. Go to the website, www.olfa.com, for handle satisfaction or replacement policy. So you might want to hold on to this and check it out. So does this notion really work? I'm going to say yes, it does, because honestly, it does exactly what it's advertised to do. It cuts circles really, really good. Compared to having to cut the circles traditionally or with a pair of scissors, I have to say that this is definitely going to win out for sure. It didn't really take much learning curve. I pretty much just did it right away, followed the instructions, and it worked really good. So I'm excited about making a few projects with this little baby now. So did you enjoy this video? If so, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. That way you get notifications of every single video that I upload here on YouTube. Also, be sure to follow me. I'm on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook, and I do a lot of behind the scenes there, so it's kind of fun to watch. If you have any suggestions for other notions that you would like to see, be sure to leave them in the comments and we'll take a look at them. Well, until I have the pleasure of seeing you again, have a creative day. Bye-bye.
If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe below. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Have a creative day. Bye-bye.